Hey there, friends. How you doing today? Welcome back to another Questions podcast. And today I want to talk about the mark of the beast. What in the world is the mark of the beast? One of the questions that I get frequently in my ministry and have gotten over the years is, someone will come to me and they'll say, "Pastor, is this, whatever this might be, the mark of the beast?" I remember 5 years ago there was a whole lot of talk about those chips that they can implant under your skin, and everybody was worried, is this the mark of the beast? And they would come to me and ask me the question, and I thought, well, that's kind of a question that plagues us today, and it's probably getting even more bothersome for the church just because there's so much societal control going on in our culture. And so everybody's looking to see if this or that is the mark of the beast. So, well, in all things, let's always start with the scripture. And today, I want to take us over to the first instance where the mark of the beast is mentioned, and that's in Revelation chapter 13. Now, I have you look at verses 15 through 18 there, but in verse 16, it says, "And he caused all, both small and great, rich and poor, free and bond, to receive a mark in their right hand or in their foreheads, and that no man might sell or might buy or sell, save he that had the mark, or the name of the beast, or the number of his name." And then, of course, in verse 18, we have the number 666. That's the number of his name. So this mark that is given at the time during the Great Revelation, during the Great Tribulation period. And the beast is the second beast, which makes the image of the first beast come to life, and then everyone is told to bow down and worship it. So, if you're going to have a mark of the beast, you have to have the beast first, and we don't have that. So the beast that's mentioned in Revelation chapter 13, it's not here yet. He's not here yet. He's not on the scene. So we can't have his mark. Also, it's not time yet. This is during the Great Tribulation period. We are not in the Great Tribulation period. The church universal, visible, is still on the earth. The Lord has not returned to receive his people yet. The Great Tribulation has not begun, and it will only come, the mark of the beast will only come during that period. So there are two factors. Number one, the beast is not present. Number two, it's the wrong time. So if you're worried about something being the mark of the beast, just know that we're not even close to that yet. Well, I shouldn't say close. Who knows how close we are? But he the beast, is not here, and the time is not now. But, however, one of the reasons why that folk ask me that question, which I'm always grateful for, is that the church is watchful, and so we see things happening, and we're trying to watch and pray, and so we see these things happen, and we ask ourselves, well, could this be that moment? Is this the time when the beast arrives, and this thing that they're putting in place now is the mark? So that's a good thing. Watchfulness is a good thing. It really is, and I appreciate everybody who is being watchful about what's going on in the world today. But I think as far as watchfulness goes, it's also good to understand that the mark of the beast has two elements. Number one, it's performance-based. It's always based on merit, because the mark in the scripture in Revelation 13 is given to all those who bowed down to the image of the beast and worshipped it. So that's number one. It's always performance-based, and it's based on the worship of the image. And we have a lot of things today that are doing exactly the same. For example, the COVID passports. You have a COVID passport because you've done something. You've created merit for yourself with whatever organization is issuing the passport. The other thing about the mark is that it's used to restrict or to allow. So it's like a gate. It either restricts folk from buying and selling, or it opens opportunity for folks to buy and sell. So, number one, it is based on merit. Something has been done to achieve the mark. Number two, it acts as a gateway for merchandise, for buying and selling, for commerce, for economy. So, the mark of the beast is not something that's going to be new, and of course everyone knows that because we're looking now and we're saying, is this it or is that it? Because there are things now that do exactly that. They're based on merit and they restrict economy, such as the COVID passport, for example. COVID passports and masks are required in Canada, and if you walk into a big box store in Canada, you are not allowed to buy anything except for essentials such as food and medicine. Everything else, you can't have it because you've not had your shots. So you don't have the passport, you haven't had the shots, you can't get what you need. In China, they are issuing these facial recognition programs that watch everyone in society, and then they award them points according to how well they behave. If they behave according to the way the Communist Party wants them to behave, then they're issued points, and those points translate into travel or luxury purchases or whatever. But if you don't have the points, then you're not allowed to. So they're restricting society via their system. In Europe, they're talking about doing a green passport, which would be based, number one, on COVID shots, and number two, would be based on how well you're complying with their green idea, their climate theology. If you're confessing the climate theology correctly in your lifestyle. And even in America, in the States, they're trying to issue COVID passports and implement them. And in certain places, in certain jurisdictions, they have, like in New York City, you can't go anywhere without a COVID passport. So they're restricting access, trying to control society. Tyrants always want to do that. They are always hungry for control. They want to control their population. They don't want to allow them freedom because they have to be in charge. They have to make sure that everything's safe and secure. So, we see it happening around us, and we say, is this the mark of the beast? And it's not. But ladies and gentlemen, it's beastly, some of the things they're doing. And if you don't think they're going to come for the Christian church, you're wrong about that. They've done it in the past. Remember in Nazi Germany, they gave all the Jews a mark. They had to wear the Star of David on their lapel. And if they didn't, well, then that was a bad thing, and they were restricted. They eventually put them in ghettos, and it was okay to abuse and discriminate against the Jews because they had that mark. So all of these things are coming. It's like a cycle, really. It's all coming back around, and the church needs to be ready. Watch and pray. Know that the Lord is coming soon. But this is not, what we're going through right now is not the mark of the beast. No matter what they want to do, we don't have a beast yet. So if we don't have a beast and it's not the Great Tribulation time, then don't worry about it being the mark of the beast. But just know that it's a part of the tyranny that's going to attack society worldwide and the church. So I know that's kind of a dark subject today, isn't it? But I hope this finds you well, and I hope that you're doing good. Focus on your devotion, friends. Focus. Don't train yourself in carnality. Train yourself in spirituality, biblical spirituality. And I'll see you next time here on the Questions Podcast.